Welcome to Math Techniques. Properties of integers. Now we check either the integers will follow these properties or not under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Closure property under addition. The sum of any two integers will always be an integer. If x and y are two integers, then the result of x plus y also be an integer. Example, 2 and 3 are integers and their sum is 5 is also an integer. Minus 3 and 4 are integers, their sum is equal to 1 is also an integer. So integers satisfy closure property of addition. Thus we say integers follow closure property of addition. You can see some more examples of closure property under addition.
Commutative property under addition. Sum of two integers is always same and it does not change even after changing their order. For example, x plus y is equal to y plus x. Here y comes in the place of x and x in the place of y. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Now we are changing their position. Now 3 is coming first, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Even in the first statement the sum is 5, after interchanging their positions the sum is still 5. Thus the integers follow commutative property under addition.
In cases we can observe that even if we change the order of integers, the sum is not changing and remains same. So integers follow commutative property with addition operation.
Additive identity. On adding 0 to any integer, if it results the same integer, then 0 is called the additive identity of that integer. Example, minus 2 and adding a 0, that again it becomes a minus 2. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. For any integer a plus 0 is equal to 0 plus a is equal to a. So 0 is the additive identity of integers. Now additive inverse. We have to add something to an integer. It should becomes, the value should become 0. In this statement both a and minus a are integers. Their sum is equal to 0. A and minus a are additive inverse of each other. So for example, plus 3 plus minus 3 is equal to 0. Here 3 is additive inverse of minus 3 and vice versa. Now closure property under subtraction. The difference of any two integers will always be an integer. If x and y are two integers, then the result of x minus y also be an integer. So example, 5 is an integer, subtracting 3, the difference is becoming 2, it's an integer. Minus 7 is an integer and subtracting another integer 2, the difference is minus 9, it's also an integer. So integers satisfy closure property of subtraction. Thus we say integers follow closure property of subtraction. Commutative property under subtraction. The difference of any two integers may not be same after changing their order. Here 3 is an integer and subtracting minus 5 becomes 8. And now we are changing their order. Minus 5 and minus 3 is equal to minus 8. So the difference of integers is not same. So x minus y doesn't equal to y minus x. So the integer does not follow commutative property under subtraction. Closure property under multiplication. The product of any two integers will always be an integer. If x and y are two integers, then the result of x multiplies y also be an integer. Example, 5 multiplies 3, result is 15. It is also an integer. So integers satisfy closure property of multiplication. Thus we say integers follow closure property of multiplication.
Commutative property under multiplication. The product of two integers is always same and it does not change even after changing their order. Example, x into y is equal to y into x. So we see this example, 2 into 3 gives 6, and if we change the order, the 3 as first, 3 multiplies with the 2, that becomes 6. The product is 6. Even after interchanging their position, the product is 6. Thus the integers follow commutative property under multiplication. Now associative property under multiplication. The group x into y is a group and multiplies with z. That must be equal to x multiplies with the group y into z. The product of integers will not change even after the grouping differently. So suppose 3 into 4 is a group and multiplies with the 2, that result 24. And now the other group 2 into 4 multiplies with the 3 is equal to 24. In above both the statements, the product is same. So thus we can say x into y is a group into z is equal to x multiplies to a group y multiplies z. Integers follow associate property under multiplication. Distributive property under multiplication. So a multiplies with the group b plus c, that is equal to a multiplies b plus a multiplies c. So the distributive property of multiplication states that when a number is multiplied by the sum of two numbers, the first number can be distributed to both of those numbers and multiplied by each of them separately, then adding the two products together for the same result as multiplying the first number by the sum. Above in both the statements, the result is same, that is equal to 14. Thus the multiplication distributes over addition of integers. Multiplicative identity. A multiplies 1 gives A, 3 multiplies 1 gives 3, 6 multiplies 1 gives 6. When an integer multiplying with 1, the result is same value integer. Thus we call 1 is multiplicative identity of integers. And product of integer and 0, if you multiply any integer with 0, result is 0. Now closure property under division. Division of integers does not follow the closure property. The quotient of any two integers may or may not be an integer. Example, if 2 divides by 4, the result is 1 by 2, which is not an integer. Thus the integer does not follow the closure property under division. Commutative property under division. Division of any two integers may not be same after changing their order. Example, 6 divides by 3, the result is 2. And if we change their order, that is 3 divides by 6, that is equal to 1 by 2. So the result is not same. X is divides by y is not equal to y divides by x. So the integer does not follow commutative property under division. Division of integer by 0. Any integer divided by 0 is meaningless. But if a 0 divides by an integer, the result becomes 0.
Now some problems in exercise 5. So verify the following. 18 multiplies with a group 7 plus minus 3 equal to group 18 multiplies 7 plus group 18 multiplies minus 3. So take first statement. Here 7 plus minus 3 is a group which is multiplying by 8. First we solve the group elements. So 7 plus minus 3 becomes 4, and now it should be multiplied with 18. that equals to 72. And now the second statement. A group 18 multiplies 7 and it should be added to another group 18 multiplies minus 3. 18 multiplies 7 is equal to 126 and 18 multiplies with the minus 3 is equal to 54 and it becomes total becomes 72. So the left side equation is equal to right side equation and it's a true statement and it shows that A multiplies the group B plus C is equal to A multiplies B plus A multiplies C. It shows the integers follow the distributive property over addition of integers under multiplication. There are some other such problems, go through them. Now exercise 7, problem 1. In a class test containing 15 questions, 4 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer. Bharati attempts all questions but only 9 answers are correct. Find out what is her total score. So now the given total questions is equal to 15 and questions attempted correctly is 9. Now questions attempted incorrectly becomes total questions minus questions attempted correctly, that is 6. 15 minus 9 gives 6 and other things we given marks for every correct answer is equal to 4. Marks for every incorrect answer is minus 2. So now marks for correct answers is equal to 9 multiplies 4, that is 36. Marks for incorrect answers 6 minus 2, that is 6 multiplies with a minus 2, that is equal to minus 12. And now the total score of Bharati becomes 36 plus minus 12, that is equal to 36 minus 12 is equal to 24. One of our friends Hema attempts only 5 questions and all are correct. What will be her total score? So marks for correct answers 5 multiplies 4, that is 20 and the total score of now Hema is 20. So exercise 7, second problem. A cement company earns a profit of rupees 9 per bag of white cement sold and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of grey cement sold. So profit on white cement bag is 9, that is profit represents in positive. Loss on grey cement bag, that is loss represents in negative, minus 5. Now the question is, the company sells 7,000 bags of white cement and 6,000 bags of grey cement in a month. What is its profits or loss? So money he gets on 7,000 white cement bags, that is 9 per bag, that is equal to 63,000 rupees he got on white cement bags. Now money he gets on sale of grey cement bags 6,000, but it is here minus 5 is there, so that is minus 30,000. So he lost 30,000 on grey cement bags. Now adding both the amounts, that is 63,000 plus minus 30,000 is equal to 63,000 minus 30,000, that is equal to 33,000. It's a positive sign amount and we know that positive indicates profit. So profit is equal to now 33,000. What is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of grey bags sold is 5,400? Amount on grey cement bags is equal to bags sold 5,400 multiplies minus 5, because it is loss, minus 5 is there, and it becomes minus 27,000. So it's a loss amount, we have to show in negative 27,000, and now to have neither profit nor loss we need same amount but in positive, that is 27,000. So we know on sale of white cement bags, per bag we get a 9 rupees of profit. To get a profit of 27,000 we need to sell white cement bags. So we have to find out the white cement bags we need to sell. So 27,000 divided by 9 gives the number of bags, that is 3,000 bags. Problem number 3. The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees centigrade above zero level. If it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees centigrade per hour until midnight, at what time would be the temperature be 8 degrees centigrade below zero? So now he given temperature at 12 noon is 10 degrees centigrade. We have to indicate that in positive because above 0 level indicates positive. Temperature decreases per hour is equal to 2 degrees centigrade. And after some hours, temperature becoming 8 degrees centigrade below 0 level. That indicates negative. Below 0 indicates negative. So that is minus 8 degrees centigrade. Now temperature changes from 10 degrees to minus 8 degrees. We have to calculate the hours taken for it. So that becomes difference of temperature 10 degrees centigrade and minus 8 degrees centigrade. That is equal to 10 minus minus 8. So minus of minus is plus, that becomes 18 degrees centigrade. So total difference in temperature becomes 18 degrees centigrade. Now hours taken to decrease 18 degrees centigrade. The difference of temperature divided by temperature decreases per hour. That is 18 by 2. That is called 9 hours. It has taken 9 hours time. So time after 9 hours from 12 noon is 9 pm. The second question, what would be the temperature at midnight? So temperature at 12 noon, that is 10 degrees centigrade he given, and decreases per hour is equal to 2 degrees centigrade. And now temperature at midnight, that means at 12 am. 12 am means 0 hours. The difference of hours from noon to midnight, that is 12 minus 0 is becomes 12 hours. So it has taken 12 hours. The temperature decreases in 12 hours is equal to 12 into 2 because it will take per hour 2 degrees centigrade. So 24 degrees centigrade. Initially temperature at 12 noon is 10 degrees centigrade above 0 level. So the difference of initial temperature and decreased temperature gives the temperature at midnight. That becomes 10 minus initial temperature minus 24 degrees centigrade. So 10 minus 24 is becoming minus 14 degrees centigrade. So the temperature at midnight be minus 14 degrees centigrade. An elevator descends to a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meters per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground level, how long will it take to reach minus 350 meters? So here minus 350 meters means a distance of 300 meters below the ground level. So now distance covered above the ground level is 10 meters and distance covered below the ground level is 350 meters. The total distance covered by the elevator, that is 10 plus 350, that is equal to 360 meters. So distance covered in 1 minute is 6 meters. So time taken for 316 meters becomes 360 divided by 6 gives 60 minutes. So it has taken 1 hour time to reach that level.